So when you think about the benefits you're getting in prison, are you willing to exchange your freedom to get health care that you could get out on the outside and work toward? He says that successful reentry starts in prison, but you need to work while you're in prison and go through rehabilitation if you've got a drug problem. So he got out, but here's the most powerful part of what he did today. His story goes like this. He said that an elderly inmate named Jackson, when he first got into prison, told him that the only way you're going to survive is if you understand to be a coffee bean. And so this is the coffee bean. He says you have to change the atmosphere around you. That's the only way you're going to survive. Jackson taught him this little story. He says, I want you to think of prison as like a pot of boiling water. And if you put a carrot in it, what's going to happen? The carrot's going to get really, really soft and mushy. If you're a carrot, you're going to get eaten up when you're in prison. It's going to be a terrible experience for you. I don't even want to describe how bad it's going to be. If you're in life and you're just a real soft, mushy kind of a personality, a lot of things are going to be bad that are going to happen to you. He said, what about an egg? If you put an egg in that boiling water, what's going to happen? It's going to get hard. And when that egg gets hard in life, if you're an egg personality that gets hard in boiling water, you're going to survive physically, but you're not going to be surviving mentally. You're going to turn into something with your hardness that it's going to just be a terrible life the way he described it when you harden up like that. But he said, but if you're a coffee bean and that coffee bean's in the water, what happens? It changes the water from water to coffee. And the longer that coffee bean stays in the water, the stronger the coffee. He says that we've got to surround ourselves with coffee beans. We've got to be like a coffee bean. And that's pretty much the law of attraction that Napoleon Hill talks about. It's a positive energy. And so it was just beautiful. This man, Damon, is an amazing man. The very last thing that he ended it with was he said that he sort of had a dream that prisons should not allow anything to be shown on television to inmates other than PBS and educational subjects, and that would just make people so much better instead of seeing a lot of stuff that they see. Well, I went up to him afterwards to introduce myself to him, and I just told him how much I enjoyed him, how proud I am of him, and how inspirational he is. And I told him about my radio show, and I told him about what I'm doing, why I came to the conference, to be able to get with people that could put my show in. I showed him the letter from John Hagan endorsing me in North Dakota and from Virginia. And Damon thought that was wonderful. And he says, well, they got podcasts, and he named a prison. And I said, I didn't know that. How did they get it in? And he goes, well, it's a federal prison, and I don't know how they do it in state prisons. And I said, well, Damon, how about if, we get together and I interview you and we go put some really good content into prisons? He said, let's go do it, Steve. And he loves the 85%. That's what he's doing already. So I'm going to hook up with Damon, and on some future show, I'll let him tell his story the real way that he tells it. But I just want to say, Damon, you're an inspiration. God bless you for what you're doing. You're serving the Lord, and you're giving it all back. And congratulations for what you've been able to do with your life. Well, let's end the show today with this. I interviewed one last person. So when I came back to John and Kathy's house in Waterton after the second or third day, I came to this place that I saw on a billboard that is called Mackinthon's. It's hard to say, Mackinthon's. And they sell fresh broth and, bratwurst, sauerkraut, all that good stuff. Beef jerky, everything. It's the real deal here. And so I saw the billboard and I drove to the place. It was right on my way. And I went in there and checked out everything. And there was a woman in there, and she had two beautiful little daughters, and they were getting something. And so I was just telling her that I'd traveled, and I was so excited to be in this place that sold all this wonderful bratwurst. I love it. And she asked me what I did, why I came this far, and I told her about going to the conference and trying to get my radio show into prisons. And I told her about the 85%. And she congratulated me, and I appreciated that. She blessed me. And I said, hey, what is your secret for raising such fine daughters here? And then she told me, and I'm going to let you hear it right now because it's overwhelming. It's incredible.
So I tell you what I do. I go into prisons and I try to help people have better family lives when they get out. What's the secret to raising good kids?
Being present.
Being present. That is so beautiful. You got a beautiful family. What's your name? Huh?
Kaya.
Kaya? And how about you?
Reckon.
Reckon? Reckon with a B? It's a beautiful name. And how about you?
Shanna.
Shanna, God bless y'all.
Thank you, too.
Thank
I
you.
gotta get going.
Well, I think that what Shanna said is just so exactly right. And she said it so straightforward and so simple. She said that the secret to raising a good family, good kids, is that you have to be present. So, Shanna, thank you for that beautiful comment, that beautiful wisdom that you've passed on to us, that secret. And so let me leave everyone with this. I've totally enjoyed sharing my experiences with you, and I look forward to doing the second half of this when I tell you about the rest of the conference and my trip back home for next week's show. But until next week, God bless each one of you and have a wonderful week. Thanks.
Thanks for listening to Right Thinking with Steve Copeland. I look forward to being with you again next week. And remember, don't quit, plan ahead, it will get better. God bless you and have a great week.